You know that feeling when your smartwatch tells you your heart rate is 130 BPM and you're just sitting there eating pizza? Yeah, that's the real hidden truth about heart rate sensors. Sometimes they're not the brightest. Let's take a look behind the scenes at these little gadgets that think they know everything about your heart. But in reality, they're more like that friend who always gives you life advice, even though they still can't fold a fitted sheet. Okay, so most smartwatches use something called PPG Technology, photoplethysmography. Sounds fancy, right? But it's really just a fancy way of saying, we shine green lights on your skin and hope for the best. The smartwatch uses these green LED lights that flash through your skin and measure how much light is absorbed by your blood vessels. Based on how the light interacts with your blood, it estimates your heart rate. It's like a high-tech version of shining a flashlight on your hand, but hey, it works most of the time. Just don't expect it to always be perfect. It's not like you've got Iron Man tech on your wrist yet. Now, the smartwatch does okay when you're chilling, like watching Netflix or looking at your phone and wondering if Sydney Sweeney has responded to your text yet. But start running, and suddenly your smartwatch thinks you're in a full-on marathon. It's like, whoa, is that Usain Bolt or just you trying to catch the bus? The thing is, PPG sensors work great when you're still, but when you're moving around, they get confused, like a GPS that tells you to turn left when you're already driving on the highway. Here's another twist: skin tone and tattoos. If you've got darker skin or a tattoo, your smartwatch is like, hey, I tried, but I can't read this. The green LED light struggles to penetrate different skin tones, and tattoos can absorb or block the light, messing with your reading. It's like trying to take a selfie with a cheap camera. Sometimes the lighting just isn't right. And don't even get me started on sweat. Imagine trying to get your smartwatch to work when it's soaked like you're in an ocean. The sensor gets more confused than a dog at a fireworks show. So, what makes the smartwatch tick, pun intended? Well, in addition to the PPG sensors, smartwatches also use accelerometers and gyroscopes. These sensors detect motion and orientation. So, when you're walking, running, or even doing yoga while pretending to be a professional, these devices help track your movement and activity levels. Think of it like your watch is a mix of a personal trainer and a GPS. But the trainer might still be reading the manual on how to coach you. On top of that, some fancy smartwatches have ECG Sensors. It stands for electrocardiogram, and it measures the electrical activity of your heart. This tech is more accurate than the PPG sensors and can actually help detect things like atrial fibrillation, AFib. So if you're getting worried, your smartwatch might just save your life. That's some serious health tech right there. Forget Iron Man, we've got smartwatches saving lives. So what's the takeaway? Should you ditch your smartwatch? Absolutely not. It's a great tool, just don't expect it to be perfect. It's still cool, just like that one friend who always tells you they're doing great on Instagram, but they just posted a picture of their food. Just treat it as a guide, not a doctor. In conclusion, smartwatches are great, but they're not perfect. They're like the backup dancer to your health, always there, but not exactly the star of the show. So don't trust them to be your doctor, unless your doctor is also a DJ who occasionally drops the beat. For more hilarious tech truths and life advice you didn't ask for, don't forget to subscribe. And hey, if Sydney Sweeney replies, let me know. I'm still waiting